Starting interview number 3. It's actually the same day as interview number 2. We've changed scenery though. And now we're going to talk about holidays and celebrations. So, do you, Grandpa or Grandma, either one of you guys can go first. Do you like your birthday or do you dread it?
Some birthdays I don't like.
Is it the number?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Now I've reached an age that I really don't care.
Go ahead. What
Terry's
birthday?
got to get in the picture anyway.
Say hi, Terry.
Hi, Ter.
I am the favorite grandson, just saying.
Oh my
Hello,
gosh.
just thought I'd let all of you know that. Want to set that right now.
Okay, camera hog, get out. Okay. What birthday do you remember the most from your youth, Grandma?
I must have been probably 11, and I received a bicycle, a second-hand bicycle.
For your birthday?
That I remember.
Okay. What kind of parties did your parents give for you?
I don't remember any parties, but I'm sure I had them.
Okay. Grandpa, how about you? Do you like your birthdays or do you dread them?
No, it doesn't bother me at all. Just another day.
What birthday do you remember the most from your youth?
Well, I can only remember one. I don't remember any birthdays other than my 8th birthday up until I was like 15. I don't remember any of them. But I do remember the 8th one because a neighbor boy came down and we sat out there and talked about it along the side of the road. So that's the only one I remember.
Okay. Did your parents have any kind of party for you?
Never.
No? Okay. Did you get a special meal for your birthday?
No, I didn't.
If I know my mother, she must have. I mean, I was never felt left out.
Okay. Hang on a minute. I'm worried about not hearing you. Okay. Let's see. Did anyone ever give you a surprise party? Maybe not even as a child.
Mm-hmm.
Just in your life. Have you ever had a surprise birthday party?
Birthday?
Well, no, let's say this is holidays and celebrations, so, okay, did you ever have any surprise party?
Well,
for
we
your
had
birthday or
a
those?
surprise one on our 50th anniversary. And then I can't remember one.
You guys didn't know about the 50th anniversary party at Alki?
Yes, we did, Harold.
No, then
Our
that was the
25th.
Oh,
Well, the 25th
Anniversary.
was a big surprise. Yeah,
complete surprise.
But also the one that was at Vicky's house there in where she lives now. Remember they had the banners up, or maybe that was an anniversary.
there was one. Do you remember there was a hall?
Mm-hmm.
Taylor was a baby. I just
think
gauged it by
that
that.
was my 60th.
Was it? Was that a
Yeah,
surprise?
I think it was her 60th.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were
Yes.
getting ready to go to San Diego.
Absolute surprise.
So that first surprise anniversary party, where was that one at?
In Kent, where Pam and did Vicky live there?
That first big apartment
Oh,
complex.
Comstock Club.
Comstock,
Yes.
that's it.
And
Comstock
they
Club.
threw a big party.
And you know what? Andrea was born 4 days before that party.
Yeah, now that you bring that up, I remember that. It was in the rec room there.
Right,
Yes, that was
right.
And I
big
was
surprise.
little, 5, but I remember that party.
Lots of people.
Okay.
Yes.
So, where was the Christmas tree in your house when you were growing up?
We usually didn't have a Christmas tree, but occasionally.
You didn't have a Christmas
No.
tree. Was your father's name Grinch?
Well, they just weren't available.
Really?
They didn't have Christmas trees around there. We'd go out and look for them sometimes, but just couldn't find them, you know.
Okay.
But not that many that kind of trees back in Missouri there.
Did you have stockings on Christmas?
I don't remember any.
No,
Did you have any Christmas trees, Grandma?
I don't remember.
Do you remember if either of you ever spent Christmas away from home?
Up till when?
You mean when
Actually, this can just be general if you want. It doesn't have to be childhood.
away
Christmas away
from
from
home?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, it had to be Christmas at my grandparents, I'm sure, at times, but not
I
away
don't remember any. No.
to another area.
What Christmas decorations did you put up every year?
Popcorn strung? Popcorn? What else did they use? If we could find the, what, I can't remember those red berries that we used to, cranberries, yeah, if we could get those and string them, they used them.
Yeah.
But that's about the only thing I can remember.
How about you, Graham?
You know, I honestly cannot remember Christmas when I was little.
Really?
Nope. Wasn't that important in my life, apparently.
Well, it wasn't as big a deal then as it is
No,
now.
it had been very simple. Being with family, grandparents, and aunts and uncles and cousins, that was my life when I was a little girl in Missouri.
Did you, now, we'll touch on this later, but we obviously have a traditional Christmas dinner, which is your Christmas casserole. When you were young, did you ever have a traditional Christmas dinner?
Oh, well.
Well, we usually did at my dad's parents, Grandma and Grandpa Flynn, Christmas and Thanksgiving both. But I don't remember anything specifically special about it, other than just all of their kids got together and I got to play with my cousins.
Okay. Is there a Christmas present or a birthday present that sticks out in your mind? Who gave it to you? Was it a surprise or something you'd been wanting?
For me, there was. On my 6th birthday, I got a pair of boots called high tops. That was the kind that laced up, you know, because we had a lot of snow and stuff like that, and they were nice to have. But I always wanted a pair, and it had a pocket. I'll never forget that on the side where you could put a knife, you know, a folding knife, pocket knife. It had that pocket on there. I never did have the knife, but I had the pocket. And those boots, and I remember they were so big that they'd come up in the back of my leg here and hit and rub and wear sores there, but I'd never complain about it because I'd afraid they'd take them away from me.
Oh gosh. How about you, Graham? Oh, who'd you get those from then?
My parents.
Oh, okay.
I remember a doll that I wanted badly, and I did get that for Christmas. That's all I remember.
Do you remember her name?
No, I don't.
No.
My horse was the only thing that I can remember, and I loved Tony.
Tony, her horse. Okay. You probably didn't have a Sweet 16 party.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Did any birthday feel like a real passage for you?
Not to me. I mean, they've all been about the same.
What did you do the day you turned 21? It wasn't a big woo.
Nope, didn't make any difference.
Okay, how about when you turned 40?
Nope, made no difference.
I cried that day.
You did? Where were you? Do you remember?
Oh, we were living in, which house? Anyway,
Must have been Maple Valley then.
and I did not like the 40th, and I don't know what was going on in my life, but I cried.
Well, Patrick was born when you were 37,
37.
so were you in the A-frame then? Is that what you're saying?
Possibly.
Oh,
No, Pat was like 2 when we moved there, wasn't he?
yeah.
That must have been at the Federal Way then.
Anyway,
Okay. How about when you turned 50?
it didn't bother me. 40's the only one that's bothered me.
Okay. Now, this is kind of funny. Have you attended a christening, baptism, or wedding of any of your grandchildren? What were your own children's ceremonies like? Yes, obviously you've attended many baptisms and weddings and
Goodness.
of your grandkids.
Oh, yes.
Um,
Many of them.
Do any of the kids, your kids' ceremonies stick out in your mind? Or do all of them?
Well, their baptism, Vicky, Sherry, and Pam and Tim in Twin Falls, Idaho, were all baptized in the Catholic Church at that time. That sticks out big with me and my kids.
Did you ever have a shower when you were, first of all, when you got married, did you have a shower? Ruby,
I think so.
Ruby,
I think so.
yeah?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Do you remember anything about it though? No? Probably
We had a
Grandpa's
shower.
sisters and
I don't remember if
Yeah,
we did.
I don't.
What about baby showers? Did anybody have baby showers
Oh,
for you?
yes, but I can't
You
remember.
don't remember anything about it?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Did either of you, or together, did you ever go to costume parties?
Yes.
Yeah.
What have you gone dressed as?
Myself, a very feeble old man.
Yes.
You went as an old man
A
before?
very old man
And
with
he
a cane.
won the prize.
And I won the prize because even I let everybody else go ahead of me. And when they finally all got there and got settled, I went and knocked on the door, and they didn't know who I was.
Oh,
Didn't even know who I was. They thought I truly was an old man.
Yeah.
what was this party for? Whose was it?
A Halloween party
Where at?
at a friend's house in the Lower Valley in by Yakima.
Yakima.
About how old were you?
Oh, probably under 30.
Yeah.
Under 30, yeah.
Have you attended any other costume parties?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Graham, did you dress up for that one?
But I don't remember what I wore.
No?
I
Does it
just
stick out in your
remember
mind?
him.
She
You
should've
weren't an
been.
old feeble woman that went with the old
I
feeble
should
man?
have been. I should have.
What was Halloween like for you growing up? Did you play tricks on people? What costumes do you remember wearing? And what kids did you go trick-or-treating with?
Oh my.
Well, we never had trick-or-treating. I don't remember any of that. You?
Uh-huh, I did.
Did you?
Out at Glebe in Yakima area.
No, Halloween, we really didn't celebrate that much.
Go out and
Till
With
later on.
friends.
Later on in our life, we did.
Okay. What other parents went with you when you took your own kids out for Halloween? And did you stay in your own neighborhood or take them to haunted houses elsewhere?
no,
Or did you just
me.
kind of let them go?
My kids,
Uh-huh.
our kids.
Your kids.
Yeah, sort of let them go. I don't think
Yeah.
we took them, did we? They
It
just
was-
go in our neighborhood. They're
Yeah.
further away.
Yeah, and it was safe then.
Did you make them their costumes?
Probably sometimes.
Do you remember any of the costumes?
No,
What
I
anybody
don't.
went out as or anything? When you were in elementary school in your one-room schoolhouse, did you and your schoolmates exchange Valentines on Valentine's Day?
Oh, I believe so. I think homemade.
Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you ever save any of that stuff?
No.
Did you ever get flowers for Valentine's Day, or did you ever get candy in a heart-shaped box?
Oh, heart shape.
Did Grandpa ever give those to you?
I doubt it.
I
Audience
think so.
gasps.
I don't
I think so.
think so. He's bad.
As long as I could find them for under $1, I bought them.
Do you, Ruby, come here. Do you send Valentines now, or do you still get them from
Just,
anybody?
just to the little kids.
Ruby, come. Okay.
I used to, Christina. You probably used to get them from me too.
Yes, I did.
But
Yes. You got them from my kids this year for Valentine's Day. I know
Right.
you got Valentine's.
That's correct.
Yes.
that's right.
Okay. Do you like to go out on New Year's Eve?
I did.
You did this last year, you crazy thing.
I mean, you know, I used to enjoy New Year's Eve.
Well, you went out this year. You had a good time.
Where'd you go?
Bongos. We had a little
Bongos.
party down there. I have pictures to
But
prove
that's
it.
with family. But we used
Yes.
to go socially with neighborhood people too.
Okay, what was the fanciest New Year's Eve party you ever attended?
My goodness. Oh boy, I can't remember that.
No?
I don't remember either.
When you were a child, who dyed the Easter eggs in your household?
Oh.
Did you guys do Easter eggs?
I don't know that I had them as a child.
Did you ever get a new Easter outfit?
Oh yes.
Did you get one every year?
I don't remember.
Okay. Grandpa?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nothing.
But Mom would have made certain I had a new dress.
Okay.
Even out of flour sacks.
In fact, I don't even remember any Easters until after we got married.
Well, you said that you didn't even know about God until you were 13 or something.
Oh yeah, at least.
And you were older. Did you ever dress up as the Easter Bunny or Santa to surprise your children?
No, I don't think so. I think one time I did put on a Santa Claus suit, though, way back, and I was trying to remember who that.
You know what? I have a memory that just flashed in my mind of when you guys lived in the A-frame. When we would all go out there for Easter. And I remember a big Easter rabbit, but I wonder if it was a stuffed one. Like if you guys had gotten
We
Patrick
did
a
have a
huge
great
one.
big white stuffed one.
See, that's what I remember.
What from?
I think I got it from GE. From
I
the
think
General
so.
Electric Company,
Oh.
And you gave it to Patrick or something. But I remember
Yeah.
that. That memory just
I
came to
don't-
mind when I asked about the Easter costume. For some reason, a bunny came to
I
mind.
don't
But it was the A-frame.
I think it
And I
was,
think
yeah.
there are pictures somewhere
Ah,
of
Yeah.
that. Maybe Mom has them.
uh-huh.
When was the first Father's Day you felt like a father?
Oh my gosh.
1945, I suppose.
The year Vic was born. But I mean when the kids celebrated for you. You know, they did something for you. When your kids did.
I really can't recall the first one.
Grandma, you? Mother's
I
Day?
can't either. I can't recall.
Do you remember what is your first memory of what your kids did to celebrate you for Mother's Day or Father's Day?
Oh my goodness. It's just been ongoing for years and years that were never forgotten. From Father's Day or Mother's Day, from our children and some of the grandchildren.
Now, I have to say that Father's Day certainly gets a little bit overlooked in our family, but Mother's Day, not that it gets overlooked, but we don't, I guess,
But
celebrate it
mothers
as
are
much.
It
celebrated
doesn't have the same importance as Mother's.
celebrated much more than Father's Day. to
Mother's
me.
Day is. Now,
Yeah.
when did the Mother's Day family brunch start where the women alone
Yeah, I
went
know.
out to
That
brunch?
was in Seattle, remember? Oof, when did we start that? So,
In fact, for quite a long time, and I'd have to say quite a while after we were married, I don't even recall them ever celebrating Father's Day.
I don't remember
I
either.
do remember Mother's Day, but I don't remember Father's Day.
Oh, but mothers always held that. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
Do you remember any of the things that you did for your mother then on Mother's Day?
oh, I would feel so badly if I couldn't get my mother a gift. Oh,
And I think
Oh.
I did my mother too. Buy her a gift of
You
some
just-
sort.
Don't remember anything specific?
No, well, usually, most often was a box of candy. for
I
Mother's Day.
think Mom, I'd try to get a piece of jewelry or something that's when I had children. You know?
Yeah. As a child, where did you watch fireworks on the 4th of July?
Oh.
Did you celebrate the holiday with another family?
Ooh, 4th of July.
We always celebrated ours with an uncle and cousins, uncle and aunt and cousins, and sometimes there'd be 2 or 3 of them there, you know. But 4th of July was a pretty good holiday for us kids because we always had soda pop, which we never ever had otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
I bet you
and then we'd have homemade ice cream.
that must be it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this was probably part of a big picnic that you would
that's
have?
correct. In our yard, usually in our yard or their yard.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind
Did
of
they?
think that
So there
too.
really wasn't a fireworks display per se.
No, no.
Did you guys do anything with
We had
fireworks?
fireworks.
Did you?
Yeah, we'd
Did
have
you?
maybe a pack of these firecrackers, you know, that we'd blow up cans or
Yeah.
Really?
something like that.
When you were little?
Yeah, that'd be
Oh boy, I didn't.
before
anyway.
we ever left Missouri.
Okay.
Do you celebrate the religious holidays with other members of your religious community? Now let's change the verbiage on that. Do you celebrate Christmas and
Go on,
Easter and whatnot? Ruby, come here. Do
Now
you
I'm sure you don't
celebrate
like that.
Christmas and Easter and those types of things with people from the church community? And does your family have a formal celebration or observance?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. Our family's has been very good about celebration of religious holidays. That means a lot in our family.
Can you think of anything? What specifically does your family do? I guess is what you want
Okay.
to tell people.
Well, Christmas, we always gather. Well, we have until, was it last year that we didn't have Christmas Eve for the first time in many, many, many years?
Mm-hmm.
But
This
Christmas
past.
Eve has always been a gathering for all of our family, children, spouses, grandchildren, great-grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we would have a casserole, which has become a tradition.
It's called Dixie's Christmas Casserole.
No, it isn't. It's company casserole. And
I think better known as Dixie's Christmas casserole in our family, though. Yes. Mm-hmm.
so that's been a real meaningful. But now that we've moved to Arizona, it's just kind of different, and that's okay. Change doesn't bother me.
But usually we pretty much stick to
We
Christmas
still,
Eve. Everybody goes to church service, and then we
Yeah.
have our Christmas dinner,
Yeah.
And for years, that was at your house. Christmas Eve when we were all in Washington, or in Oregon and Washington.
Yeah.
For years, it was at your house Christmas Eve.
And then it
Um,
switched to Vicky's.
Then it
for,
changed to Vicky's.
I don't know how long.
And then Kayleen had it one year.
Yeah, she did.
And then now in Arizona, I have it at my house. And then at that point, most of the families Christmas morning kind of did their own things.
Right.
Oh,
However, I do
gifts.
remember when I was young, I remember everybody being like at the A-frame Christmas morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you?
I do remember that
Really?
when we were really little.
I don't remember.
And that too might have even been when Mom was living with you guys.
Oh, it
but
could
I
have
do
been.
remember. But I know there are pictures of Pam and
Oh,
Brad and them
Yeah,
there,
they'd
and
come out.
Vicky and Bill and the
Dina
girls.
and
So,
her husband and
but I know now our tradition has been for the last, going on 5 years, Christmas Eve has been at my house, and then Christmas morning, everybody kind of does their own thing, but
Yes.
then we all gather again for a brunch here. So that's kind of become a tradition. But every Christmas Eve, we always get together after church, and we have Grandma's Christmas casserole.
Harold and Pat usually made
Make
the
the
brunch.
brunch. Yep.
Christmas
Yep.
brunch.
They come over here, and we have our
Cook.
messy San Diegos and pancakes and all kinds of
Yeah.
good stuff. So, yes. All right. Where did you go for Thanksgiving?
Oh, when we were children?
Yeah.
Well, I know that both of our grandmothers.
Hey.
We always went to my dad's mom and his dad's house, Grandpa and Grandma Flynn's, for Thanksgiving. Celebrated it there. Mother's father was still living till I was probably 5 years old, but her mother had passed away, so there was no opportunity to get to know them and enjoy any holidays with them, but mostly at my grandpa on my dad's side. Grandpa Flynn's.
Okay. Did you make your birthday cakes when you were little, or did your family buy them, which I doubt?
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Neither.
What are the favorite? Neither.
No,
They
we
just didn't recognize
didn't-
your birthday at all, basically.
No, not really. I mean, and the cake was an extreme luxury, at any time. So
Yeah.
it wasn't
Oh,
that
my
easy
mother.
to do.
I
Now
know
her
she
mother and
did.
her
Oh,
family would have
boy.
been different.
Yeah.
What kind of birthday parties did you give for your children? Do you remember?
No, I really don't, but I acknowledge them. I know that.
Well, I remember it back when the kids were reached 16. I always there was a special deal that I'd take them out
Oh,
to
yeah.
a nice dinner at Space Needle or Johnny's Dock down at Tacoma or someplace like that. Very special.
Okay.
But that began with Pam.
When
That's Sherry, wasn't it?
I don't. Oh,
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
we
know.
took
Sherry
Sherry
could
down
probably answer that.
I think we took her to Johnny's Dock.
okay.
That became a 16th was important, and we didn't really have a lot of money, but they got to go to a special restaurant.
16th is a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
What did Christmas morning feel like when you were a child? Was it hard getting to sleep the night before? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
No.
Okay.
Got the dogs in it on it too.
Do you remember a holiday you had to spend alone?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Which was the best holiday of your life?
Which one?
Oh
Or
my gosh.
Yeah.
What an intermission.
Woo. The best holiday?
I'd have to say Christmas.
Nothing specific. You
Nothing
don't remember a specific
That's what
Christmas?
she's asking.
Oh,
The best holiday specifically of
it's
your
just
life?
the fact that the family was all together.
Yeah.
That was most enjoyable.
I have no specific.
How about the worst? Do you remember a worst?
I don't believe I've ever had a bad day in my life, let alone a holiday.
Yeah.
All of my days are good.
That's good. Okay.
I put on some weight, but
Okay. Do you make a lot of phone calls on holidays?
No.
No? And I know Grandpa doesn't because
Nope.
Grandma just answered the question for you.
Right.
Okay, because she's the phone call woman out of that family. Now the next category is high school. which you guys didn't have a formal high school because your school, being the one-room schoolhouse kind of setup, was primary through 12th.
Eighth grade.
Eighth grade?
Eighth grade, yeah.
So you did have a high school
No.
that you could have gone on to, or was that it? Where would you have had to have gone if you went on to high school?
Well, probably about 6 miles away in town, in the Queen City.
Yes.
Okay. Now, neither of you went on to high school.
No,
I began ninth grade at high school.
You did?
Mhm.
And how far into it did you get before you were done with school?
January.
Okay. So up until the wedding, basically?
Yes.
Up until you got married?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you have to have a consent form
Yes,
signed
I
by your
did.
parents?
Yes,
Because you were so
absolutely.
young when you and Grandpa
Yes,
got married?
you have to be 16.
Okay, so your parents had
Am
to
I
sign.
right? 16 or 18?
16.
And, was it love at first sight when you met?
For me it was, yes. For me it was, yeah.
Are you saying,
No,
he's lying, or are you
he
saying,
was.
it wasn't for you?
It was for him, not me.
What did he do to make you fall in love with him?
Boy, what a question.
Look at Grandpa's looking kind of eager to hear the answer, though. Look at him. He's like, what is she going to say?
I don't know what to say. My gosh. Oh.
You don't remember specifically?
Well, he had to, I don't know what he had, but I didn't like him. He was
She'd
No
keep-
laughing in the peanut gallery.
She'd keep on dating me, but she didn't like me.
I did not like him. He was like, he thought he was too cool.
Oh, he did?
Really? Cool.
I mean,
I've always been me, just like I am right now.
oh, baloney.
I know I'm the
He
greatest.
just
so-
thought he was hot stuff.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I don't know.
No,
It had to be a gradual thing with him. That's all I got to say.
But how long did you date before you got married?
6 months.
So it couldn't have been that gradual. It had to be pretty fast that you kind
Well,
of thought,
no,
got
not
something.
really.
no?
I mean,
Well, maybe it seemed gradual then, because 6 months now at this point in your life seems like nothing. But 6 months at 15, actually 14 when you
I
were dating him, correct?
yes, it was. I was 14.
Because you turned
I was
15 a month
14,
before you
Cindy.
got married. Yes. So you had babies right away.
Oh,
You had-
absolutely.
you had Vicky right away.
We had Vicky. How do I want to put this?
You were pregnant with Vicky.
Yes.
When you got married.
That's right.
And how did your family take that?
Our family, they were marvelous, and I know that my mom and dad had to have suffered very much. Now, I don't think his family did. I really don't.
Do you think his family really didn't think much of it?
No.
Had somebody else in that
I
family?
do. I think it was a disappointment, especially to my mother.
Well, maybe
But,
mom,
you know, yeah. And
but no big deal.
I will honestly say this: I spent my life, as long as they lived, trying to make it up to them. You know, and I think they were the two greatest people that I've ever known in my life.
But can you imagine?
Her
when-
mom and her dad.
Do you remember the moment that you told them and how you did it? What the setting was?
We did it together.
Did we?
Yes.
See, I am
Blocked that from
so
your mind?
traumatic in my life that it.
And her dad was a little upset at the time, but
Was he?
yes.
What did
we
he do?
Started nothing much other than
I don't.
it was a disappointment.
What? I don't even remember.
I do, but
How long after you found out that you were pregnant did you have the wedding?
Oh, probably 2 weeks.
Oh, very quick then.
quick, yeah.
Okay. Was it a small wedding?
Oh,
I was going to say it wasn't really a wedding. It was just we went to
Well,
the
what do you
minister's
mean?
house.
What do you
It was
mean?
just a wedding, but I mean not like weddings. We went to the minister's house. My dad and my mom went with, and my brother was my best man, and her mom and dad went with her. And Donna, who was your
Jack, your brother's
Jean.
wife, Jean, was my maid of honor.
right? at the minister's house, we were married, and that was it.
Or matron of honor. They were married then, weren't they, Jack? Matron of honor.
Did you go on a honeymoon?
No.
Yeah, went to work the next day.
No.
We spent a night in the Yakima Hotel.
Big
That was
time.
it. The
Big
wedding
time.
night.
I spent $5 that night.
I was going to ask you, how much was the room? $5,
$5,
huh?
Yep.
One night in a hotel. Did you guys have a nice dinner?
It was the hotel. in
Yes,
Yakima.
we did.
Yes.
My parents and his parents
Okay.
and our Jack and Jean. Did Buddy come, Bud?
No.
Oh, it was very small. Oh,
Let's back up a little bit more. Do you remember your first kiss?
no. You mean with
With
him?
each other. Yes. We'll back up even further to that if you'd like to.
Oh, you
later,
want to
but-
back up?
Yeah, no, with Grandpa. Since we're on this subject of you two. Do you remember your first kiss with him?
No.
Grandpa, do you remember?
No, I don't
See?
really. It wasn't soon enough, that's all I know.
Oh, brother.
Well, there you go. Graham, what'd you wear? What was your outfit?
Oh, I know my mom and dad spent good money on this nice wool, like cashmere. Like, to me now it feels like cashmere, but a nice wool dress. It was in January that we were married, and it was very nice wool type dress, and nice new shoes to go with it. A tan saddle, tan sandals. But I do know it was not cheap for them.
Grandpa, do you remember what you were wearing?
I do. I had a pair of GI Pinks, which were they were trousers that my brother was in the Air Force, and the
Dale.
officer Dale
Mm-hmm.
was a commissioned officer, commissioned officer, and he bought these officers' uniforms, and so.
Lieutenants.
Yeah, and so consequently, he sent me a pair of trousers before we were married, and that's what I wore at the wedding. And I suppose just a white shirt
Must have worn a tie.
and a tie, possibly, yeah.
We have no wedding pictures.
You don't? Okay. Who performed the ceremony?
Reverend Peterson.
Reverend Peterson.
Doctor.
Doctor, yeah, he was a doctor, but he was a minister.
Dr.
Peterson.
Reverend.
Okay.
The family knew, your mother or somebody
Oh,
knew
yeah.
him.
She'd gone to his church.
And he
for quite a-
performed in his home. That was nice.
Yeah, at his home.
Okay. What do you like best about your spouse?
Oh my
A
goodness.
physical attribute, a way of being, or a way of being, or seeing his laugh, perhaps, or her smile.
You mean more like mannerisms, that kind of thing?
You mean now or
Well, yeah, I'm sure it
Anytime.
changes.
Through time.
So I
It
guess
changes.
let's say when you first got married, what did you like best about your spouse?
You're right. He had a physique on him.
Oh, all right then. So she was after you for your body. Now, what is it that you liked about her?
just about everything. I mean, definitely her body,
Uh-huh.
but no, she just was a beautiful girl.
Uh-huh.
She's probably the most beautiful person I've ever met in my life.
Good. Good.
And
And what's your favorite attribute about each other now?
Well, me.
about her,
Yeah.
for the person that she is, the mother that she is, the grandmother that she is, the great grandmother that she is, the friend that she is. So that's number one.
Good. Grandma, what about you?
I think that Harold has the commitment that he's made throughout his life for trying to take care of his family.
Yep. Definitely. Okay, well, we're going to wrap it up for right now. Okay.
Poor Cynthia.
We are doing, I think, our final interview with Grandma and Grandpa. So we're going to start off with a television question. These are some of your favorites. So what is your favorite game show or talk show? Which ones did you like that aren't broadcast any longer? So what is your favorite game show or talk show?
Go
And
ahead.
which ones did you like that aren't broadcast anymore?
I like Jeopardy, and I like what's that? Spin the wheel.
Oh, Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, yeah. And then they had on the one where they had all the game shows, you know, on a channel called the Game Show Channel, and I do miss that. We don't have it.
You don't have it anymore?
Don't have it anymore, and
No.
I do miss it.
Graham, how about you?
I'm like Renee, the OC,
Oh.
which I should not be watching.
The OC.
And in the past, I always liked Peyton Place. You see what kind of stuff that I like?
What decade was Peyton Place
Oh
on?
my gosh, I don't
Was that the
know.
60s?
You know, I
70s?
can't remember. It had to be back, way back.
Probably the 70s.
Yeah.
What modern conveniences are your favorites? The portable phone, the remote control, the microwave.
The remote control.
Of course.
Oh yeah, the microwave
Okay.
and the dishwasher.
But I do like this. I think the cell phone's a nice one too.
Oh yeah. Cell phone is a good one. Okay, what is your favorite time of day? Do you have a certain ritual you do at sunset every day or first thing in the morning?
In the morning,
That's your favorite time of
that's
day?
my favorite time.
Do you have a ritual that you do every day?
Pretty much.
Which would be what?
I get up and I have my coffee. I turn on the Fox News to see what happened while I was sleeping, and then most of the time I try to do my devotions.
Okay. Grandpa, how about you?
Morning is also my favorite time, and I like to get up early and get my coffee and head out to work. Love working.
How about your solitaire?
I'll play some solitaire, but I do that usually just to kill time when I can't go. If I get up too early to go to work.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what was the best day of your life? We're still in favorites here, so what was the
Or
best day of your life?
favorites. Oh my.
Favorite day of my life. Wow.
Best day of your
Whoa.
life.
That.
Tough one, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Well, that's hard. I'd have to
Because-
say the day that we got married was one of my favorites. The day that first child was born was a favorite. In fact, all of my children being born was favorites. I can't think of anything else. I never did win any big millions of dollars or anything like that, so I can't say that would be the case.
All
But
right. Okay, Graham, how about you?
Well, our marriage day wasn't very favorite for me. Sorry, dear. That was pretty traumatic day.
she's honest.
I have to say, Jamie, granddaughter Jamie, is sitting here while we're taping, and she's laughing to herself.
And
Andrea's here too.
the birth of each of the kids. My goodness, what could be more?
Yeah. Okay, let's do food. What is your favorite restaurant meal?
A meal out, huh?
Breakfast would be my favorite.
Your favorite restaurant meal?
Yes.
Okay. There's Taylor in the picture. That was Taylor.
That's okay. My beautiful great granddaughter.
Okay. Your favorite restaurant meal?
Lunchtime, I think, probably for me.
Okay. What recipe are you famous for?
Oh.
Jamie's pointing her finger at Graham because we know what it should be.
Well, it should be maybe for the families, Christmas casserole.
What else are you famous for?
Potato salad and
Fried chicken.
No.
fried chicken
Soup. That's soups.
and that's about it. Let's stop.
All right. How do you take your coffee?
Black.
Black.
What would be your last supper if you could pick your last supper?
Oh my. Okay, I know. Filet mignon and lobster.
Oh, good one. Okay,
I'd
Graham.
have to say the same.
Okay. Have you ever had breakfast brought to you in bed?
No.
Only in the hospital.
Only in the hospital?
I never have.
Okay.
Maybe the kids did when they were little, and I can't remember. I'm sure they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your personal staples? What stuff do you keep around the house all the time?
Personal staples,
Mm-hmm.
like food, dear.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Crackers.
Yeah, crackers for sure.
Okay.
And I like to keep fig bars
Oh.
in the house
Fig
too.
Newtons?
Fig Newtons, yeah.
Okay, what is your favorite snack? Is that it?
That's one of them, yeah.
Okay,
It
what's
is.
another one?
The cheddar cheese and peanut butter cracker sandwiches.
Okay. Do you guys remember the potted meat and crackers?
I still do.
Yeah, still do.
Yes.
And Vienna sausages?
Yes.
He always had nuts around too.
Nuts? Yes. Okay. A little input from the couple granddaughters there. All right. What cookbook do you use most? What one do you remember your mother using?
I don't believe
I
my
have-
mother ever used a cookbook.
Well, I-
She had some recipes that she would write down from friends or acquaintances, you know, but other than that, I don't think she ever used any cookbook.
Okay. Same with you?
Yeah, Mom was pretty much that way too.
And I don't use a cookbook either, so
Okay. Do you eat seafood?
yes. Love it, love it.
What kind do you like, Harold?
I like deep fried fish and chips. I don't like fresh salmon or anything like that, but I like lobster, I like clams, I like oysters, I like almost all kinds.
Okay.
And what
Except
about
crab.
you, Graham?
Oh, lobster and crab.
What did you have a reaction that one time though that we took a family trip over to the
Oh,
coast?
yeah.
Yes.
But if
Did you ever figure out what it was?
She's
Well-
had more since then too.
but it's just if the food isn't real fresh.
Okay.
She's allergic.
And this ties into this next one. Are you allergic to any foods? Is there
I'd say-
anything that you cannot stand and will not eat? So you have had allergic reactions to seafood.
Yeah.
Anything else?
But it doesn't stop me. No.
Okay.
I've never had any problems.
Okay. Is there any food that you cannot stand to eat? Anything in particular that you just absolutely can't stand?
I don't like squash.
Okay.
That's about the only thing I can think of that I
Nope.
don't care to eat.
Okay. What is your weakness? Sweets, salty. What's your weakness? I know what your
Food,
Food in general. All food.
yes.
I do like to eat. Doggone it.
But I'd have to say the snack that I have the most is ice cream. I eat a lot of ice cream.
Yes, you do. I know. Okay. What do you remember as your mother's specialty item, or your grandmother's? So, what was your mother's specialty item that she made, and what did your grandma make that you remember?
Well, my mother was definitely fried chicken the best.
Made the best fried chicken.
Yes.
That was your mother.
My
What
mom-
about your grandmother when you were little?
I remember one grandma macaroni and cheese that I've never had such good.
Homemade macaroni and
Oh,
cheese.
delicious.
Mhm. Grandpa.
I don't remember any of my grandmother's cooking, particularly. I know we used to go over there for Thanksgiving and thing, and I know she made pumpkin pies, which were good. I always liked, but that's about the only thing I can remember. And my mother, she made awful good fried chicken, and she made good potato salad.
Okay. What tastes do you still crave from your youth?
Cornbread and beans.
Cornbread and beans.
Me, it's cornbread and milk
Oh.
with a lot of pepper on it.
Oh, that's right. You put pepper on it.
Yeah,
I
right.
forgot about that.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Did you ever have a memorable meal on a train?
No,
Not really.
no.
Not really.
I can't recall ever having a meal on a train. Can you?
Going up to the winery.
But it wasn't memorable, obviously.
No.
No.
Okay, what do you remember about your first trips to a grocery store?
It cost
You had to have money?
It cost us $20 to get all of our groceries to start setting up
For our
housekeeping.
marriage.
And
when
I
we got
thought,
married.
now that will have to cease.
Oh,
$20.
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, and we had like probably 10 bags of groceries.
Wow. Okay. What was the most delicious meal you've ever had?
Oh my. Oh. There's been too many.
There's been too many, but one of them was right here tonight at the Teats house.
Oh,
Yeah. I
little
know.
plug for the Teats restaurant here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very good.
I've had such good meals.
Good meals. What is your earliest memory of a restaurant meal? So think back to like as far back as you can. Your earliest
Well,
memory of a restaurant meal.
Probably as a full meal would be when we got married and
Oh.
took the folks out to the Chinese restaurant. Wasn't
In
it?
Yakima.
I mean, before that, we'd stop at Triple X and have a hamburger or something, but not as a meal. We never did,
No.
I don't think.
Okay. What was it like eating at a soda fountain when you were young?
Oh.
I never did.
Okay.
Oh, you never came to visit me when I worked at the soda fountain.
Yeah, I
You
did.
didn't know me.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I came there one time, but I didn't eat. I didn't have anything there. I just came in to say hi and
Oh.
ask you for a
okay.
date.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I did. I worked at a soda fountain in Yakima.
What was it like eating at that soda fountain then?
I
What was your favorite thing? You don't remember that?
Probably a chocolate shake.
Okay, we're going to move on to moments from your adult life. What kind of movies do you find yourself drawn to? Do you like adventure or romance, epic or light comedy? Do you like discussing a movie after you've seen it, or do you just tend to enjoy it while it's going on and keep the experience to yourself? Do you go to movies now as much as you used to? Do you rent video cassettes, and how do you choose which ones to rent? So what kind of movies do you find yourself drawn to?
Probably adventure.
My movies would be autobiographies, you know, or animal movies, something like that. But I watch very, very few movies. Very few.
Okay. Grandma, do you like discussing movies after you've watched them, or do you just kind of keep the experience to yourself?
Kind of keep it to myself.
Okay. Do you go to the movies now as much as you used to?
Oh, no.
No.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you rent, now it's DVDs, not even, this says video cassettes. Do you rent DVDs?
Occasionally.
Okay. How do you choose which ones to rent?
Some movies that I've heard about.
So something that you've kind of been referred to? Okay. What kind of books do you enjoy reading? Novels, biographies?
My goodness.
Do you buy them new or borrow them from the library?
I like biographies.
I like biography, but I do very little reading along those lines anymore. I don't.
Okay. What is the last book you read?
Oh, mine is, believe it or not, Mackenzie has a set of books, and it's about history. And
Which set is it?
Cindy Wallace.
Oh,
My niece gave her this set of books. They are so interesting, and there's about 10 or 12, and I'm down to my last 2.
Wow.
I love them.
Good. Okay, is there anything that you need that you do not have?
That I do not have, that I need.
Is there anything that you need that you do not have?
Listen.
I can't think of anything right offhand that I need that
I mean,
that
do
don't
I
have.
really need a new couch? Do I
No.
really? Because I still have one.
You want one, but you don't
Yeah,
need it.
see?
So you don't feel
I guess
that
there
there's
isn't
anything
anything
that
that
you need?
I need.
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything that we need.
Do you have planned recreation? A Wednesday night bowling league, a Thursday morning tennis game?
I do.
And
I
what do you
have
do?
golf on Tuesdays and bowling on Mondays.
Okay. Grandma, you don't? Planned recreation?
No plan.
Okay. Do you do any weekly social activity? Bridget, your sister and brother-in-laws, poker at the club, that kind of thing. Yours is golf and
All right.
bowling. Grandma, what about you?
Be the church, I would
My
imagine.
church is pretty much my
social outlet.
You know, through the week, other than with my family.
Have you ever had surgery?
Yes, I have.
What
I've
kind?
had thyroid removed and a hernia operation.
For?
Appendicitis, hysterectomy, a C-section. That's it, I guess.
Okay. Have you ever had a time when you had to concentrate on getting back on your feet? Where you had a financial or emotional loss? Did it take you long? Too long? How did you wait out your time? Were there times you thought the challenge was just too great? So have you ever had a time when you had to concentrate on getting back on your feet?
No.
Oh, I think I have over the years. Oh, yeah.
I don't recall ever having I mean, I can recall being short of cash from time to time, but it wasn't a crisis or anything.
You're talking financially.
Yeah, financially, and
I'm talking emotionally, mentally, and physically. And yes.
Okay. Let's see. Who takes care of money in your house?
she does.
Where do you keep your checkbook?
Pardon?
Where do you keep your checkbook?
In my purse.
Okay. Do you sit in the same spot every month to take care of your household business, or do you plop down at the kitchen table when the spirit moves you?
When the spirit moves me.
When I feel like paying that bill, I'll pay it. All right. Do you enjoy watching daytime TV, evening TV? Which shows do you find yourself tuning into? Do you keep the television on regularly for company and noise in the house, or do you just turn it on to see a specific program?
I watch certain programs that I enjoy watching, like most athletic, like baseball especially, and Super Bowl and events like that I enjoy watching. But other than that, game shows, and that'd be about it.
Okay. Graham, your
I
OC
do-
addiction, obviously.
I do like baseball season.
Oh, the Diamondbacks, yes.
And I like talk shows.
Okay. Dr. Phil specifically? Are you a Dr. Phil fan?
I like Dr. Phil. Some
of it.
depends who's on.
Okay. Now to kind of change the subject here, but we're still under your moments from your adult life. How much time do you spend with your grandkids?
Depends which grandkids.
Oh, over the years, and we've spent a lot of time with our granddaughters. They're very precious in my life. I know that.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. In fact, they've in the the last few years have made our life.
Well, they've always enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Baby.
Okay, did you ever have to help one of your friends or not your spouse, but did you ever have to help one of your friends through a family member's illness or death? I guess that would be correct. Did you ever have to help one of your friends or your spouse through a family member's illness or death?
Just Bud's wife was the only one I can recall.
Beth?
Bev, yeah.
But not parents.
No.
No.
Just, did you ever have to help one of your friends or your spouse through a family member's illness or
Well,
death?
and I also had my other sister-in-law, Louetta, Bob's wife, that I went to California for us.
Okay. Grandpa, you?
No,
Okay.
just my parents. Is all.
Yeah.
Okay. I have one question that I'm going to ask you on politics and history, and that is, which president did you admire most in your lifetime? Which president who lived before your time? So first of all, which president did you admire most in your lifetime?
I think President Reagan.
Okay.
I would say Reagan, yeah.
Okay. Which president who lived before your time?
Oh, Abraham Lincoln.
I
Just
agree
the
with
history
that.
I love to read about him.
Okay.
Abe Lincoln.
Let me ask you this one too. Do you have a strong political party alliance?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And?
Republican.
Okay.
Republican.
Very good. Okay, now I'm going to ask you questions about your community. How would you describe your community? Rural, suburban, urban? What about your state? Deep South, Midwest, Northeast?
Well, our state is the Southwest, and the area that we live in currently is called, I'd guess, urban senior retirement area
Okay.
for people 55 and over. And I think that would be called urban, wouldn't it?
I guess.
You're
Never
kind
thought
of
about
on the bubble of urban and rural, really,
Sure,
because
pretty
you're
close,
kind
yeah.
of,
Really are.
you know, you're in a city, but you're out in what's
It was
considered
rural
the
when we
country.
moved there, and now it's become urban, I'd say, you know.
I mean,
Are there mountains where you live? Lakes, a river, beachfront?
mountains.
Yeah, we can see mountains from where we live, and we have lakes on our golf course, so I guess it'd have to be.
Man-made lake.
Man-made lakes. It didn't ask whether they were man-made or not, so they're
Man-made
lakes.
lakes.
They're lakes, and they're pretty lakes, so.
And the mountains are kind of, it's funny because they're not what, like when we lived in Washington, what we think of as mountains.
Right.
But they're
Right.
they're equally as high. They just don't have the snow because we're in the desert.
And
So
attractive. I think they're very
in
attractive.
a very rugged way.
Yeah.
What is the big business in the town you live in now?
In Chandler.
I'd have to say manufacturing of electronic equipment and that kind of stuff.
Intel, Motorola,
Yeah, Intel, Motorola, and
That's
Microchip.
Chandler, isn't it?
that is
Quite a
Chandler.
few companies.
Yeah. Are there major freeways going through your town?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
What do we have going on around us right now?
I-10, and then we got 101 and 202 and 15 and 17 and 51.
Santana.
Yeah, the Santan Freeway is
It's
not
being
out
built.
to us yet. Yes, it's
Yeah,
being built
it's being
right
built, which is, will help us a lot.
now. Uh-huh. It'll be complete the loop.
Yep.
What is the nearest airport? Let's not count Chandler. Let's count. That is Chandler Municipal Airport would be the nearest.
Right,
Phoenix.
But
but Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport
Yeah,
is
Sky Harbor.
where our commercial flights come in.
Yeah.
Have you spent much time there?
Well, we did first few years.
Picking up people, yeah, we've spent quite a
But
bit.
we-
But
it's-
lately, we haven't had, been down there too often, no.
What are your local newspapers?
The Arizona Republic and the East, what is that called, the Tribune?
East Valley
East
Tribune.
Valley.
East Valley Tribune.
Is there a local parade every year or an annual festival?
I don't know.
I suppose Chandler.
I'm sure they
has-
do, but I,
Ostrich Festival.
Chandler
Ostrich
has
Festival.
things
Yeah.
going on.
well, we have the state fair here, and they may have a parade, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they
Oh
have
yeah,
parades.
the Parada del Sol in Scottsdale is a huge one. But right here in our community, we've got the Ostrich Festival, which is our big thing in Chandler, and then they've got a hot air balloon festival that they've
Oh,
been
yeah.
doing too. Which buildings do you think of when you think about downtown Chandler?
Oh, I do the city complex where the police station and courthouse. Chandler.
Down by AJ Chandler, that's called
Yeah.
AJ Chandler Park, and it's kind of a square.
Yeah.
San
And
Marcos.
I
Shopping.
sort of think of senior high school too down there.
The old.
Yeah, and then the art civic auditorium or whatever that's called.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
Chandler
theater.
Center for the Arts.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good one. What is the big department store where you live? Have most of the shoppers moved to malls, indoor or outdoor malls? Do you go there often? What shops are there, and did you prefer shopping downtown?
We never shopped downtown very much. It's always been the malls.
Yeah.
Now we have the new Chandler Fashion Mall, and I think that's
That's
where most
beautiful.
of the shopping is done nowadays.
Who is your most famous local celebrity?
Oh my goodness.
Quite a few of them.
Famous one.
Well, Randy Johnson was one of them.
He's still a resident.
Pitcher for the Diamondbacks, and he lives here all the time. He's lived here for a number of years, but there's others too. I mean,
Oh my.
our area is loaded with
Many.
athletic
Many
superstars
celebrities
and musical entertaining superstars like Hugh Downs lives here.
I was just trying to think of Hugh Downs. which
Alice Cooper
Alice
lives
Cooper
here.
is
Yeah.
here, yeah.
Music
Stevie
world.
Nicks from Fleetwood Mac lives
is
here.
The music world.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
There
famous
is, there's
people
all
that live
kinds
here.
of celebrities that live
Oh,
here.
Waylon Jennings and his wife
Right,
lived
he
just
just-
3 miles away from us
Well,
here.
about 3
He's now
miles
passed
away.
away.
And what's our country singer that got in troubles here?
Oh, Glenn
Glenn
Campbell.
Glenn
lives
Campbell,
here,
big
yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he
But
lives-
anyway, that's some
a lot
of them.
of people. Who are your newscasters?
Oh my.
You think of anything?
The
Anyone?
only one I know is national, and that's O'Reilly.
No, that's Fox News.
Yeah,
So
Fox
our
News.
newscasters, let's see, Tara Hitchcock, Brad Perry,
There you go. The
Scott
channel,
Passmore,
Channel 3. They're-
Ron Hoon, Rick D'Amico. Those are the Channel
See,
10
I've never
ones.
heard any of those names, so I would.
Brad Sesmat, our neighbor down the street here, is the
Oh.
sportscaster for Channel 3. So he's here. Let's see. Okay, do you have any local business people who have funny or ridiculous commercials on TV?
Not that I can think of. Nobody that I know of.
Any local business people who have funny or ridiculous commercials on TV? Well, that lady who owned Monarch Glass, the older gal who would wear the little halter top, that was pretty
I
ridiculous.
didn't see it. So.
Oh yeah, remember that grandma during Diamondbacks season? She'd have her Diamondbacks top on, tied up like a halter top. Yeah, she was too old for that. Okay, let's see.
I know who you mean. Her husband.
You girls can sit up here if you want.
Her husband died.
Yes, that was her ex-husband. He was murdered, yeah.
You're right.
Okay, everyday life. What grocery store do you use?
Mainly, I use Safeway. Fry's right here, right near us sometimes.
So you go to Safeway? Okay. What part of housework do you hate most?
All of it.
Amen.
I'm getting so I don't like much of it anymore.
Okay.
What part? Oh, keeping the tile floors clean.
What type of store do you like to browse in when you're just knocking around looking at stuff?
I think my biggest enjoyment doing that is out at the flea mart out at
Oh,
Yeah, swap meet.
Swap Meet, yeah.
In Mesa.
Yeah, in Mesa.
That's what you
You
like,
can,
yeah.
you can spend all day out there. I mean, don't have to buy anything, but you can sure do a lot of looking.
Grandma, how about you?
You won't believe I love to go to Walmart and look around.
There's lots to see in Walmart, isn't there?
They're huge.
If you have been slowed any by age, which simple activities do you miss?
Oh, wow.
Well, I don't think, that I've missed any of it. I'm still able to do most everything that I've ever done, except I just don't do it as well.
Probably my bowling, because my hands can't take it anymore.
Okay. That's right, you did used to bowl.
Uh-huh.
I'd love it if she'd bowl now too, because we got a nice league.
Got carpal tunnel.
So hurts. We just talked about this just yesterday, I think, or the day before, Graham. So, do you keep your old photos in an album or a shoebox? How often do you take them out and look at them? She just took a little stroll down memory lane. She was going through some boxes. Found them.
Most of mine are in albums. Most all of my photos. Now I do have more that few to. But now I'm not putting them in albums. I'm putting them in photo boxes because it just goes on and on.
Yeah. And how often do you take them out and look at them?
Oh, maybe once a year or something. I don't.
Okay. What beauty parlor or barber shop do you go to? And what is your beautician or barber's name?
I go to most of the time right over here.
JJ's?
No,
Is it JJ's?
no, I just go to the.
Great Clips or
Great-
Arizona Hair
Yeah,
Company?
Great Clips, and her name's Stacy.
Oh, well, you know her name. All right, Grandpa.
Same one, I go to the same one, and occasionally I'll go to the place over by VPS, but most of the time over there.
Do you have a regular doctor or dentist that you see?
Oh yeah,
What are their names?
Doctor, yeah,
What's your doctor's name?
it's
Rodriguez.
Dr. Rodriguez.
Erlinda, a lady doctor.
Oh, good.
Both of us.
Okay, now we're going to talk about habits.
Oh boy.
Are you usually late or early?
Early.
Early. You guys are early. Are you more comfortable speaking or writing? Do you enjoy talking on the phone more than writing letters?
Yes. More comfortable speaking than writing, and yes, I enjoy talking on the phone.
More than writing
What?
letters?
More
Well,
than
more
writing
than writing
letters.
letters.
Okay.
More than writing letters,
Yes.
yeah.
Graham, how about you?
Um,
Are you more
I
comfortable
like
speaking or
to.
writing?
I would rather write a note or cards.
Do you have any superstitions? Do you knock on wood, throw salt over your shoulder, avoid black cats?
No.
No,
Okay. Do you have certain days of the week when you do certain chores? Do you do washing on Monday, ironing on Tuesday, marketing on Wednesday, etc.?
I used to be into that. I'm not now.
Okay.
it's just when the pile gets so big she can't get around it.
no,
She
does it.
No.
Do you take your bath or shower in the morning or the evening?
Morning.
Morning,
Do you sing in the shower?
Nope.
be a rarity.
Okay. Do you play the lottery?
Yes.
Have you ever won?
Won what? I've won
The
a little
lottery?
bit, yeah. Not the lottery, no.
Okay. Where do you buy your tickets?
Usually over here at, what is it called, Fry's? Fry's?
Okay. Do you like music on in the house or silence? Do you turn on the TV for company?
Not particularly, no.
You
No,
like
tired of the
usually,
sound?
I usually have the TV on, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Do you eat your meals at the same time every day? Do you sit down at a table
No.
or in front of the TV? Do you use placemats if it's just you?
All of the above.
What?
Okay, so you do eat your meals at the same time every day?
No.
No? Do you sit down at a table or in front of the TV?
We have our dinner at our table.
Yeah, usually at the table.
Which you can see the TV from the table.
Yeah, but we can see the TV
Yes.
from the
Do you
table.
watch TV while you're eating dinner?
Occasionally,
Sometimes.
depending on the
O'Reilly,
time.
the news.
If it's O'Reilly or somebody like that, we might.
Do you talk during dinner?
Very little.
Harold doesn't
This
talk.
is me ad-libbing because, yeah, he's not much of one for talking at meal times. So, I mean, when you're eating, you're
No.
kind of, you're
That's
eating.
my quiet time, and I do my thinking then, see?
Okay.
Oh.
I'm thinking I'm going to take this bite and shove it in my mouth. I'm thinking.
He goes out to a restaurant, he's the worst.
Oh, I don't think of that when we go out to dinner with you.
Yeah, but he doesn't with me, he doesn't talk.
Oh, so if it's
He's
the
a
two of you?
terrible partner to go out.
I've taught
to
you
eat.
all I know. How can I talk anymore? Good grief.
Oh, boy. Okay, have you ever smoked cigarettes?
Yes.
What brand?
I forgot the brands. even.
Winston, I think,
Winston,
was
yeah,
my big
Winston
one.
was the one I smoked last.
That's what my dad used to smoke.
And I quit smoking when cigarettes went from 35 to 37 cents a pack.
Woo!
I said, that's it.
Now they're $4 something, I think, a pack. They're expensive.
I don't know how much they are now, but I feel sorry for those people that do smoke.
So I was going to ask you how much they cost, and you already answered that. Oh, let's see. Do you wish you didn't smoke? That doesn't pertain.
When I
Grandma
first
used to
started
smoke.
smoking, cigarettes was 7 cents a pack.
Oh, wow.
Now you quit long before her.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So you were how old when you quit?
40.
And Graham, how old were you?
Not 70. I was 50, in early 50s, I guess.
It was in the house on 202nd, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when you quit. Are you a list maker?
I am.
Am I what?
A list maker? Do you make lists?
No.
Okay, I'm a list maker too, Graham. I'm with you. What is your bedtime ritual? Do you read before going to sleep or watch a late night talk show?
Nope.
You just go brush your teeth and wash your face and go to bed?
Usually I can just go right to bed.
All right.
I'd brush teeth if I had any.
You just put them in a glass at night, huh? Just prop them in there? Do you read the Bible or a daily meditation book? Where do you keep it? Beside your bed? Did somebody special give it to you? Did somebody special teach you about its importance? So backing up, do you read the Bible or a daily meditation book?
Yes.
She does, and I'm getting into it. I would like to start doing that more.
Good. Where do you keep it?
Mine is, with the, yeah.
Where the computer is?
Computer on the shelf. Yeah.
I keep mine by my chair, my easy chair.
Is that the 40 Days of Community book? What book is it?
No, it's my Bible.
Oh, good.
The kids got it for me on my 55th birthday,
Oh,
You
good.
1980.
You just got it out.
Well, good. At least you got it out. It moved.
She
I
located
found
it
it.
for me. I
That's
told her I
great.
would like her to find me one, and she found this one.
Good.
I
Okay.
have journals every day.
What?
You journal every day, don't you?
Pretty much.
Wow. That's great. You journal?
A little every day. Most
Really?
Of the time. Now I haven't the past. When I work early in the mornings, I don't. Now tomorrow I'll catch up Saturday and Sunday.
Do you just journal about what's happened
Yeah.
in your
or
life?
Some, not as much as I used to. What was bothering me, but now it's kind of changed.
So what do you write about now?
I probably do praise more now, but you can see how it changed in my life.
Neat. That's neat. Okay, now we're going to talk about grandparenthood. Where were you when your child told you that you were going to be a grandparent? What were your first words?
Going to be a grandparent.
So when you first found out Kirsten was going to be born,
Whoa.
do you remember Vicky telling you guys?
Mm-mm.
You don't have.
She was in Hawaii at the time, see, and I don't think we knew it right away,
No,
but
I don't.
I was very excited about it. I mean, I'm happy that it was happening.
But you
But I
don't know.
can't recall any
She went over to Hawaii for her birth, I remember that,
after
after she was born shortly.
brand new baby.
So that was when you did go help with the new baby,
Right.
and you helped out around the house and stuff over there for her and Galen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took care of the baby probably more
Her
than
and my mom both went over.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Good. Did you ever make anything by hand for your grandchildren? A needlepoint pillow, a wooden toy, a quilt? Did you enjoy shopping for the baby? What clothes did you buy? What toys did you buy?
Oh, I don't know if you kids remember, but one Christmas I made you grandkids little nightgowns and
Little nightgowns. What year
Yeah.
was that?
oh gosh, I don't know. Made some of you, and I don't even remember.
Yeah, because it would have depended upon what year it was
Yeah.
if Jamie was born.
Yeah, so I do know that
Interesting.
one Christmas, it might have been when everybody had to make gifts for one another.
I was an adult then. I was married when we
That'd
had
have
to do
been my
that.
great grandkids.
It would have been great.
Anyway, that's the only time I remember making anything for any of the kids.
Okay. Do you enjoy taking your grandchildren out for meals in restaurants?
Oh, that was my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
What is their favorite place? Yeah, you kind of have to think back on that more. What was their favorite place?
Oh,
What did they like to order? That kind of thing. So did you like taking your grandkids out to eat?
that was my favorite thing to do with my granddaughters.
Jamie, what were some of your memories of places that you got to go out
I-
to eat with grandma
And
and grandpa?
movie. I like to go take them to a movie.
Going to Prestes a lot.
Do
Over,
you?
do you?
Mhm.
Yeah, see
And
all
then
of
when
it's.
time opened, I'd meet Grandma when Kylie was born.
Andrea, do you have any memories of eating out with grandma and grandpa?
Barrels.
I remember Toreros.
Yeah.
I
that
remember
Mexican.
that was a big thing because my mom and dad didn't ever have a lot of money. So when we would come up from Oregon, you guys would take us out to eat and we would always eat at Toreros. And I always got the 3 tacos, refried beans and rice with a side of flour tortillas. I still remember Toreros in Renton.
I don't even remember.
Oh my gosh, there and then, what's the name of the restaurant, the breakfast place in Kent, right up by Safeway? The Golden Steer.
Oh,
I remember you taking us there for
Yeah.
breakfast.
I remember that.
All the time.
The Golden Steer.
Oh, you remember?
Yeah, all the time.
When you were little and we'd get it'd be packed in there. Hole in the wall restaurant. Oh my gosh, that place is such a pit. And it's still open.
And it's still
It's so funny.
I remember that.
Okay. Now this is a good one. Have you ever taken your grandchildren on a trip with you? One at a time or in a group? Were you satisfied with the way these trips turned out?
Well,
Yes.
we did take three of you over to Europe on the tour, and it turned out great. I think probably one of the nicest trips we've ever had. The other ones were too young to go at that time, so But I don't know if I think we've taken you all mostly
Well-
someplace,
Jamie, I know, came to San Diego.
right?
Now, Andrea, do you know of any Andrea? I don't
No,
think
but
so.
you went, didn't you go back to Missouri too?
I went to Oklahoma.
I was thinking it was Oklahoma.
But I went in 8th grade to San Diego and stayed with them for like
Yeah, you
10
came
days.
down and stayed for a week.
Kirsten
or
went to
better,
Washington, D.C. with you,
Yeah,
right?
she and
Who?
Pat,
Kirsten.
she
Well,
and Pat,
Lisa went
little
somewhere
guys.
with Grandma. Was it Europe?
No,
Didn't you go somewhere with Elisa?
No,
I don't think so.
Oh, I was thinking.
Me
I
and
went
Mom.
to see her on the East Coast.
Oh,
Oh yeah, when she was living in Georgia. Yeah, and they got to travel around back there,
okay.
touring
That's
around.
maybe what it
Yes.
was.
Mhm.
Okay.
I went to Laughlin with Grandma.
Yes,
There
you
you
did.
go.
That
You
was
and
your
I
trip.
traveled that
Road
way.
trip.
Right.
You've been to Vegas with her.
Yes.
That's
To the wild
right.
side
Yeah.
of it.
Yes, we took Graham on,
That's
and Jamie
right.
didn't go that because she hasn't been to Vegas yet.
Uh-uh.
But the granddaughters and Pamela, Christine,
Yeah.
we all went on a trip to Vegas, our annual girls trip, and we invited Graham to go. And so she went to Las Vegas with her granddaughters. Gosh, how long ago was that?
That was long.
It was because Mackenzie,
I was gonna say Kylie was
I think Mackenzie was a baby. How old's Kylie?
8.
Yeah, so it was probably about 8 years ago, I bet.
probably.
Was pregnant.
That's when
Yeah.
it was 8, 10 years ago.
Yeah. So Graham got to go to Vegas with the granddaughters, some of them. Do your grandchildren look like your own children did as babies? Do they have similar temperament?
That Irish temperament.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they all.
It's been a
have-
long time now because now the granddaughters are grown
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
So it's probably kind of hard to remember back as to
Ooh, it
if they
is.
looked like their parent or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that would be kind of tough. Do you know any of your grandchildren's friends? Are you comfortable with them? Do they visit at your house with your grandchildren?
Well, we visited the grandchildren's house with their friends.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And now it's the great grandkids and their
Oh,
friends.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
yeah. And you do feel comfortable with them.
Oh, yes.
What do you fix your grandchildren to eat when they come visit you?
Oh my goodness. It's been a while, huh, Chris?
It has. Well, your salad though. Your salad when Renee comes to eat. You know you have to make Renee
Oh,
your
yeah.
salad because
Yeah.
Graham makes a very good green salad.
Yeah. And I can make a mean spaghetti too.
Yes, you do make a good
Do
spaghetti.
your bread.
And then she does a pretty good job on some chicken too.
Yes,
Chicken
for
and
fried chicken.
biscuits
Pretty
and
much just a
gravy.
good
and-
cook all the way around. Graham, you are. What is the best part of being a grandparent and the worst?
Oh. Being
Well,
a
I can
grand-
answer the last part first.
Okay, what's the worst part of being a
Being so
grandparent?
damned old.
Oh,
Oh.
That's the worst part.
okay. Why?
Well, I can't get around and do the things with them that I would like to do
Oh.
when they were younger. You know, I could do it. But no, I love those grandkids. I tell you. and
Not
I-
that your grandkids themselves really want to get out and do anything too physical anymore. Now it's the great grandkids.
Well, that's true. But
You know?
But I'd like to get these girls out on the golf course with me sometime. You know, I really would.
I see a challenge being thrown down for April there. Okay,
I'll get out there.
there you go. Okay, what is the best part of being a grandparent for you?
That is being out with your grandkids and your children. You know, and you enjoy them now much more than you do your friends.
And look at you, you're going to be 80 in
80.
April.
80 and
And you look at how spry you are and how together you are. You're very
Together.
alert. You know what I mean? Gosh, does it seem like he ever changes? You're like Dick Clark.
Yeah.
You're very well preserved. I mean, we
That's a
get to
good
enjoy
word.
you. Where a lot of
Thank you.
people, by the
Thank
time their
you.
grandparents are 80 years old, they're not. You know, it's
Yeah.
just not the same. It's.
Even younger than
Mm-hmm.
Well, I certainly enjoy them and doing things with them. You know, I do.
Graham, what's the best part of being a grandparent and the worst?
I think being a grandparent, you can just feel free to love them and you don't have to be
Responsible. for it.
responsible, and so you are. It's a whole different thing than having your own children.
Because
So-
you can walk away.
Yeah, well, you don't think of it
I mean,
that
not
way.
walk away,
Yeah,
but
I
you
know.
know what I mean.
But it's just more
Okay,
free.
how easy was it for you to resist telling your children how to raise your grandchildren? Have you ever had a tense or unpleasant discussion with your children about this subject?
No.
Not that I remember.
So you don't ever
No.
remember feeling like you crossed the line?
I just told
Not
my-
about my grandkids, I don't think. I don't remember ever doing that.
So it was pretty easy for you to resist.
I mean, with their spouse or who they were dating or something might be a different, but I don't think ever with telling them. Mm-mm.
No, I
If
don't
you could be your grandchildren's age today, would you?
No.
think- It'd be tough. It'd
She
be
didn't
hard.
hesitate too much on that one.
You mean like,
If
would
you
I?
could be your grandchildren's age today, would you? So like if you could be
If I could be your
our age, would you?
No.
Why not?
I think that
I think I'd like to try it.
the trials,
Just for a while.
the trials and tribulations, no.
They do have a lot more decisions to make than we had to make, so it would be more trying.
No.
Okay. Now we're going to go over travels and leisure time. Have you ever gone to Europe? Other
Yes.
overseas travel? Okay,
Yes.
so rattle off where you've been.
That's it. Boy, that's hard.
And you know you're going to miss some
I-
countries.
Oh, yeah.
I will say
You
this,
will.
our first major trip that we ever took was to Italy, my wife and I, with General Electric Company. And we were over there for 2 weeks and enjoyed it immensely, and I decided at that time that my family was going to see it also. And then our next trip, I don't recall, but we've been to all over Europe. We've been to Japan, Singapore.
Not Singapore.
Not Singapore.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. The Hawaiian Islands. You've even been down to the other islands down there.
Bermuda.
Bermuda and all of that. So we've had the opportunity to do a lot of traveling. And I think because of that, some of our grandkids got to do some traveling too, you know.
I think that's why I have a love of history. Because on one trip when we went to Europe, we hit 10 countries in 12 days.
Right.
So that was a fast trip. And then the second time that I got to go back, we were primarily in England for about the same amount of time. But we we went through Wales, went up to Ireland.
But let me correct you on that. That when we went as a group, we were there for 23 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, we
then-
were in England
Was it almost it was
almost
over
that-
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you
How
were,
many
but-
countries did we hit 10 countries or was it more than that?
Oh,
I think it
let's
was
see.
10.
No, probably 10.
England, Holland, Germany, Belgium, Switzerland, Italy, France,
There's that little
You ever go to
country in
Ireland?
there by Belgium.
Liechtenstein.
Luxembourg.
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 Did you go to Ireland?
Not on that trip.
Austria.
Austria.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's it.
I think that's it.
We hit a lot of countries in that trip. That was
Yeah, we did.
amazing. What was the most beautiful hotel room you ever stayed in? What did you see out the windows? What amenities dazzled you? Did you order room service there? Why were you in that town that time? So what was the most beautiful hotel room you ever stayed in?
What comes to my mind is Monte Carlo.
I was going to say Monte Carlo would be.
It was the top hotel, I believe, in the
Lowe's.
world.
It was Lowe's Hotel.
Lowe's
and
Hotel.
That was world famous.
Back then.
When
Yeah.
was back then? About what year?
Would be the 80s.
85, yeah.
And yes, oh my. And
Yeah.
then you could look and see where,
Might even been 87.
Which we did go to Monte Carlo too.
Well, they had those, that race.
The race.
the
Grand
race,
Prix.
Grand Prix.
yeah.
And then
Right
also
under our hotel. They went right under it.
the palace where the movie star married the prince,
Yeah,
Oh, Grace Kelly.
Grace Kelly.
Prince Renoir.
yeah.
Got to go up to her palace. Anyway, that hotel.
Was that your splurgiest vacation? What was your splurgiest vacation? Did you ever go somewhere you really could not afford to go just
ever-
because you wanted to so much?
Oh,
Well, see, those trips we were supported. We
yeah,
won the
but
trips.
I'm trying to think.
But the one that cost us the most splurgiest, was when we took all the family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Vehicles. What are you driving now?
I drive a 1992 Buick Skylark. She drives a 2002 or
One.
2001 Ford Taurus.
About what does it cost for you to fill up the car?
Costs on my car, it costs about $25.
About 22.
Okay. What do you listen to when you're in your car? The radio,
Ooh,
tapes,
talk
quiet?
show. Talk radio, and also that's the time I listen to a CD.
Same here.
Okay.
I don't listen to any CDs, I listen to talk shows.
What is the best drive you have ever taken, and what made it so good?
Oh, the best drive. Oh gosh. Oh,
I can't think of anything right offhand.
I used to love the drive from Lake Havasu to
Oh, that was
Laughlin.
nice. Laughlin,
It
yeah,
was
that was
so.
that's a 1 hour drive, and it was always a nice trip. And I never had a bad trip up to Laughlin. We never did we?
And I also liked from Seattle down I-5 to San Diego. That didn't bother me. I liked that. I got so I could tell you California what
What was coming next?
what they were,
What crops they had.
yeah, what crops and.
Wow. Okay, moods, attitudes, and philosophies. Do you like rainy days? What do you do on them?
No. I don't like rainy days.
After a lifetime in the Northwest? No. No, I don't.
Well-
Just had to ask it. It was the first one.
Oh, the rainy days that we had recently, I got a couple of movies to watch.
There you go. Good. Okay, how do you handle being deeply upset?
Oh my goodness. Oh, first I dwell on it for a while. Too
Well,
long.
I
And
don't-
then pretty soon I go maybe to the Bible or something. Then I pray and then okay.
Whenever I get upset, I try to, if it's with somebody, I try to get a hold of them and work it out.
Different.
If it's over some stupid thing that I did, I just try to get it out of my mind.
Okay. What's your pet peeve? Do you tell smokers not to smoke around you? Do you tell someone if a perfume is bothering you?
No.
No, that doesn't bother me, no.
All right. What are your pet peeves then?
Well, is
What?
rudeness a pet peeve? Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
cannot
I think so.
bear
Some people can let it roll off their back.
rude people. I mean that they just kind of knock you out of the way to.
My pet peeve is people being late.
Uh-huh.
That gets on my nerves.
It's over with by tomorrow. But rudeness doesn't go away in people most years. Ooh.
Okay, do you have someone you confide in, or do you keep your troubles to yourself? Who comes to you with their troubles, and how do you think you help them?
I've never been one to really go to anyone. I have a lady at church, a dear friend, that if anything really serious, I could confide in. But most of the time, I just work it out.
Who comes to you with their troubles, and how do you think you help them?
Not really. I've never, I'll listen when they want to talk, but I'm not a counselor by any means, so I don't give advice, but if they want to tell me and that makes them feel better, that's fine.
How about you, Grandpa? Do you have someone you confide in, or do you keep your troubles to yourself?
I don't really have anything that I feel like anybody would want to know about, but gosh, I think probably as much as anybody, Terry would be who I would confide in, and I don't know of anybody that I could help do anything. If I can, I'd be glad to do it, but I don't know of anybody.
Okay. What season of the year makes you the happiest?
Ooh, what season?
I'd have to say I'm high on Christmas season.
Oh, you mean you're going for the holiday time,
Yeah.
not the time of year or fall, spring, summer?
Right.
Mm. You know, here in Arizona, I don't feel like it's seasonal. So, but in Seattle, I guess warm spring.
I didn't know Seattle had a warm spring.
Yeah, I looked forward when I could have it.
Okay, real quickly, because we've only got a couple of minutes left. Was there one moment in your life that changed everything for you?
Whoa!
One
My
moment.
God. One moment. About when I was 14 years old, dear.
Yeah, I
There
guess
was the one moment in your life that changed everything.
Well, I
didn't
mean,
it?
it's
it sure
the
did
truth.
change everything, but I don't know to
what-
what extent or anything.
Okay.
I mean, but there's been many moments.
Oh,
I think.
absolutely.
I mean,
but that was probably the first large moment that changed.
yeah.
your
I
life.
mean,
Okay. Real quickly, do you want to be buried or cremated?
cremated.
Where would you like your ashes?
In a urn.
In a bowl, sitting over there.
in the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, at the cemetery over here, it's all arranged.
Valley of the Sun.
Yep.
Okay. And then on a final note, because this is the last question, have you thought about what you want your epitaph to read?
Oh boy. Okay.
No, I haven't thought of that.
I
but
haven't really thought of it. No.
I've been told there's only one, so
Um,
that would be it, I guess. Nobody. They say there's nobody like me. I don't know. I hope not.
Oh no, you're a one of a kind, Grandpa.
yeah, I've never thought about it.
No.
Can I put the date on this? February the
What is it?
20th,
February 20th,
2005. Yeah.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
And this is a Sunday evening.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Good.
that's it. We're actually out of time. This is the last
Hooray! Huh?
in our series of questions. They have been great evenings together, though.
They have
yes.
been, yeah.
Eating dinner,
Enjoying
visiting,
Christine, yeah.
asking some good questions. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you and Terry.
We
for
love
taking
you.
the time. Love you too.